One of the biggest problems in calisthenics is that it's difficult to make the exercise more or less challenging. When you use free weights, you can simply add or remove weight in very precise steps. When you use your body weight only, you can't increase or reduce your weight, so you have to change other things to make your training more effective. In this video we give you the most comprehensive overview you can get to progress fast and make the most out of your training. The first point is eccentric training. If you can't do an exercise yet, you can try to only do the negative part of the movement. The negative, aka the eccentric part, is easier than the positive one, so you can use it to build up strength until you are able to do a complete rep. Always keep in mind that eccentric training is very challenging for your body. If you only do eccentrics of hard exercises that you can't do yet, your body will need more time to recover. So be prepared for sore muscles. We suggest you to mix eccentric training with an easier progression of the exercise you want to learn. This takes us straight to the next point, which is about the progressions. Calisthenics is all about changing and adapting the exercises to your current level of performance. One of the tools to do this is changing the lever. You can change the lever by extending or tucking your body, or by changing the angle. For changing the angle, we take push-ups as an example. The more you place your body into a vertical position, the easier it gets. The more you place it into a horizontal position, the harder the exercise gets. With that, you change the lever from the center of rotation to the point of effort. You can do this with nearly all exercises in which you can place your body from horizontal to a vertical line. Exercises like push-ups, planks and body rows are perfect for this kind of method. For the other way of changing the lever, it works like this. The more you tuck your body and move it to the point where you're fixed to, the easier it gets. The more you extend your body and bring it away from the supporting point, the harder it gets. This counts for all exercises like planche, front and back lever or human flag. The usual progressions for this are tucked, advanced tuck, one leg, straddle and full. But of course you can also fade between all those positions. You can do the same when it comes to dynamic versions of an exercise. If a full lever raise is too hard, try a one leg lever raise. If it's still too hard, try a tucked version. You can also combine both ways of changing the lever. For example, if a one-leg human flag is too hard, just move your body toward the vertical line and hold it. Later, when you get stronger, you can lower yourself step by step. Another way to make exercises more challenging is unilateral training. Unilateral training means that you only use one arm, one leg or one side of your body. Of course, it's a huge step from doing exercises with both limbs to an execution with only one of them. The gap between those two progressions is so huge that it's necessary to add other progressions in between. So if you are able to do a couple of pull-ups or push-ups, you can try archer movements to make these exercises more challenging. When you do archer movements, you bend one limb and leave the other one straight. Due to the longer lever, the straight arm or leg can't produce that much strength as the bent one. So the focus is on the bent side and the straight side only supports the movement. When it comes to pull-ups, you can also change the progression by doing uneven movements. For that you can use rings, bands or even a towel. The greater the distance between one and the other arm, the harder the movement gets. The great thing about the unilateral training is that you can also mix it up with the first progressions we showed you before. If you want to do one-arm body rows or one-arm push-ups and it's too hard in the horizontal position, you can not only do the archer movements, you can also change the lever by changing the angle. The last point you can do to progress in calisthenics is using workout tools. One of them is a weight belt or a weight vest. Of course, using additional weights are not pure calisthenics, but they can really help you for improving at different exercises, especially when you're stuck in between two progressions. When you use a weight vest, be sure that it fits tight to your body. If the vest is too loose, it will be uncomfortable. In this video, we are using the weight vest from Capital Sports. Check the link in the description to get one of these. If you want to make basic exercises like pull-ups or dips easier, we suggest you to use resistance bands. The band will take off a part of your weight and makes the exercise easier. The only negative part about the bands is that they don't have the same support through the complete range of motion. So when you do a pull-up, the band will support you more in the lower part of the movement than in the upper part. This is a downside because most people struggle with the upper part and not with the lower one. If you do a dip, it's just the same, but here it's optimal because the lower part is the harder one and there you really need the most support. You can also use the bands on exercises like front lever, human flag, muscle ups, planche and others. It's also possible to use the bands to make some exercises harder. Here you add resistance instead of taking it away. Exercises like push-ups or squats are good examples for that. Of course, it's also possible to combine unilateral and archer progressions with a band. A great example is the band-assisted archer pull-up. Now it's time to set all these principles into practice. Choose a progression that fits to your level and start your training now. Always keep in mind to choose the right progression for your goal. If you want to learn skills, choose a hard but not too hard progression. If you can't hold a skill for a couple of seconds, choose an easier one. If you can't do a lot of reps of an exercise, try a harder version to get stronger and better. If you want to avoid mistakes from the beginning and do everything correct, you should get one of our workout programs. They are divided into 5 different levels and are based around the principles we showed you in this video. Just visit our website, choose your program and start. If you have further questions, just leave a comment. Thanks, Alex.